Hey everyone, I want to give you a quick look at our kind of urban property here. It is chaos, it is spring, we're in the midst of moving everything, but some things are in bloom, so it's kind of exciting. We have some tart cherries here, a temporary hutch that's getting rebuilt, and another cherry here. We've got an Asian pear. This one's not yet blooming, but it'll be ready soon. We've been harvesting fiddleheads here and working on some fences. So we've got a pile of materials here, and there's some rabbits in here. They're just hanging out in the shade right now. But over here, my wife has a wonderful little patch of lavender here. It smells great, and always a treat to come by and check it out. We've got a weeping mulberry here that is it's getting ready to bloom and set some fruit. Some windows for a greenhouse project that's coming up. There's always something going on. We have pots because we've been potting up some of our extra plants, getting ready to move them to the community orchard. And we have a few hundred sunflowers that will be brought to the orchard in 3 weeks when we come to speak about what we're doing at the church and take some donations so people can plant a couple flowers and just get a little bit involved. But back there, we've got a timber frame here ready to go up. We've got a tree here that has some peach blooms up top. There's always a train every time I do a video up here. Some peach blooms up top. We've got apricots are blooming and cherries are blooming, and a lot more going on there. We've got an apple tree back there that is in full bloom now. Sorry. I've got some hascaps. Hascap in bloom here and here. And back there, I'll pop back there in just a moment. But I wanted to show some of the trees. That one's a sour cherry. And just the beauty that starts to fill out. As this tree gets older, it'll be covered in those pink blooms. And we've got a line of mostly rhubarb here, separating that from this garden bed here, which is some annual beds. It's a kind of half-hearted garden. We've got so much going on right now that we just do what we can, and working enough on other people's properties that this was just kind of bonus, some extra plants, some tomatoes and peppers that didn't go into the main garden. We've got some josta berries here that have finished blooming and are setting fruit, and a gooseberry that's doing the same. We have some kiwi vines growing. There's one here, a female that's growing along this fence. Then we have a male here that grows up this side of this trellis, and a female that grows up here and along there. We just put up a kayak rack, so I'm dealing with my wood pile. There's always something. This is the honest tour. In here, we've just started putting a vineyard in, so we have some grapes in here on each side, and this kiwi, I took an extra branch and it's going up and down through the ground. So everywhere that it's buried, it's going to grow roots. So we'll have more vines in the future. We had a skunk knock some rocks into our pond, and we'd only used a cheap liner, so it put a hole in it. So I'll have to patch that and get this going, and finish the waterfall. But this waterfall comes in here. It's a beautiful little spot most of the time. Back here, I've got a different type of mulberry. It's just starting to wake up. It will only grow not much taller than what it is right now, but it'll start to fill out, and it'll provide a nice bloom at the end of that tunnel. This is my wife's first little food forest corner. So she's got her multi-graft pear here with lots of fruit set. This was a fun one. Our first time chatting was she was living in a rental, and she asked if she could plant a tree in a grow bag and bury it. So she took this tree, she planted it in a nice big grow bag, dug a hole, fit the whole grow bag in the ground, and when we got married, We pulled that up out of the ground, brought it here, took it out of the grow bag, and planted it in its forever home. So she was able to start growing in her rental spot. She just had to fill the hole in when she was done and toss a little bit of grass seed down. But it worked out really well. She's got some rhubarb underneath, some haskap, some, this is garlic here. There's a bunch of garlics throughout. And these look like onions. There might be some Egyptian walking onions in here. We've got some more lavender because she does love her lavender. We've got strawberries in here, lots of rabbit poop. She decided she was going to try some blueberries. They're tricky to grow here. Our soil is not acidic enough, but it's there. A little peach tree that's here temporarily. She knows that it can't stay. This didn't get mulched last year. It needs to get mulched this year, so that way we can keep the weed pressure down. But again, we were too busy at the community orchard and didn't do the stuff here. If we look here, I don't know if you can see all the things that are zooming around. It's all sorts of different flies and friendly wasps and bees, and there are butterflies here. It is just so active. This is a wonderful tree. A lot of these different cherries and plums, and they're just filled with friends everywhere you look. As we continue over, we've got this is a sad tree. It's a Wolf River tree, and it has gotten moved so many times. It's currently planted, actually not quite deep enough. This one was in one spot, and then it got moved, and then it was over there, and then I was where my wife's garden is, and I was going to put a shed there to house someone temporarily and insulate it. So I moved it over here when it was already this big. So it's had a rough life, but it's still thriving. It's still growing, and we'll see how it does. Silver buffalo berry, one that I'm looking forward to offering in the future. It's a native nitrogen fixer. And we've got an aronia berry here that is, again, already setting lots of fruit. So it's already done its bloom. It bloomed earlier in the year. It put on a little bit of show. It's not usually this slow. It'll grow nice and tall. But it bloomed earlier in the year and is now setting fruit. It has its main branch was broken. It's growing that way, but it's still growing food, so I'm going to leave it. And it'll send up new shoots here that will become the new plant. Ignore the weeds. This property was neglected for a few years after I had my knee injury, and the fact that it's still in this great of shape is a testament to how well the system works, because I didn't get in here to weed for 3 years straight. And then we came in last year, we did a bit of a cleanup, but we haven't put mulch down or anything. You can see every bit of mulch I've put in here is gone, and I've put 3 feet of mulch in here over time. But here we've got a haskap. It's almost done its blooms, so it doesn't have the same prettiness that it did before. It puts on a lot of blooms before it puts on the growth. So you see the blooms early in the year, and then it puts on these berries here that are like long blueberries, but they taste like a cross between blueberry and raspberry. And one of the few berries that my wife loves, so I will grow more of them. I've got one here, one here, one here. Put my hand in front so I don't get you too dizzy. Another one there, another one over there, and we're multiplying more. In here are all cuttings that are growing out. And these are some kiwi cuttings from last year that are just waking up now. We've got an Asian pear here. It should set fruit next year, but not yet this year. And this is a veggie garden over here. My wife just put a bunch of tomatoes and peppers and herbs and peas and beans in. And we've got our blackberries. Our blackberries took a heavy hit this winter. A lot of the ones in the area did, where most of the stuff above the ground died off, but they'll shoot up this year and they'll produce fruit next year. And there are a few side shoots, so I might get a few a little bit above the ground survive, so I might still get some fruit this year, but it usually gives me a couple gallons of fruit per year per plant. So a wonderful staple to have. This is that apple tree that I mentioned, again in full bloom, wonderfully happy, even in this fairly shady location, and just covered in life. And we've got more rhubarb in here. We've been pulling things out, putting things in. We have a bunch of sea berries along the back that are just growing roots before they head out to the community orchard and to other projects. Last year we did get some garlic mustard move in. So once this is a little bit further along, we'll harvest it, eat it, dig it up, and get rid of it. It's an invasive plant, but we'll eat our weeds. A bike for sale, if anyone happens to be looking. I'm just getting ready to list it. And take a look at this peach bloom. So there's the peach bloom there. The cherries are already done. I can see the fruit over there. The plums are done. Everything else on that we've got grafted on here is done. Except for the peach and this branch, which was, I don't know what this one was. I think it's actually from the rootstock. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is and deciding whether I want to keep it or not. Yeah, we've got a house that still needs more work. This is the real life. This is the reality of living on a property. And sometimes I'll go to someone's property and they have the money to get everything done all at once, and they pay for the man labor to get it done. These are all kiwi blossoms here that are getting ready to open a little bit later. So you can see we'll have fruit all over the place on this, all the way across this entire thing, all the way across that fence and across that fence. But we aren't necessarily the people that are putting out, paying for someone else to get everything done. And we are also the people that are doing the work on other people's property and staying busy. We're raising kids. We're homeschooling. We're running a business. We're running a ministry. But even so, even with how busy we are, with how little time we get to spend out here in this space, it produces. And also, this smells so good right now. So enjoy whatever it is that you're growing. Enjoy and plant it in a way that it doesn't need much maintenance. We are going to add a bunch of mulch in here. It's something that we do every other year, depending on how much we add, and it'll make a great difference. We still have some straw here that we can spread as well. But this will grow food. If I was to move out and the next people didn't touch this, some things would take over more than others. This kiwi would take over. It would eventually take out some of these trees in here, but it would continue producing, and we continue to get apples and pears, and in the front we have plums and chums and a lot of these berries and rhubarbs. It would continue to produce even when there's no one here to take care of it. So plant stuff, plant it like an ecosystem. You can do it pretty. None of this was planned. This was actually all installed before I knew how to design an ecosystem, but I didn't yet know how to design something beautiful. I hadn't studied landscape design yet. So this was really a beginner project when it all went in. And it still works. So try something. If you can't afford to hire us, just try something. And if you want something in between there are a lot of different stages. You can do something yourself and reach out with a question or two, or you can have a 2-hour consultation where we'll come over and we'll help you figure out where to plant things or what to plant, what will grow well in your space. Or you can You can have us do a mini design. We'll give you some examples, but we won't do all of the work of designing for you, or a full design where we can tell you where every single plant goes and what to order. We can even order them for you and have them delivered right to your door. Or we can come and we can do the whole installation. And when we do it for other people, it's not like this. It becomes a bit of a priority. That's business. Whereas this is at home, we go with the good enough. It's producing fruit, good enough. So figure out what works for you. It's a lot of great information online. This is our little tour.